I would have enjoyed watching the expression on your face as I delivered this final blow.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 biggest scandals surrounding the Dragon Ball franchise.
I hope you're not trying to impress me.
Number 10, Not So Super Animation.
I can't believe this is happening.
On paper, the idea of a new weekly Dragon Ball series had fans rejoicing around the world, but then Super started to air and the monkey's paw curled. Instead of the hype action people expected, the animation was practically melting before their eyes. As it turns out, Dragon Ball Super had been rushed onto screens without the pre-production necessary for such an action-heavy battle shonen. The results? Fight scenes that looked really, really bad.
You cannot know my rage!
They were so stiff, Super became the laughingstock of the entire anime community. To be fair, the show eventually clawed its way back to glory and delivered some genuinely awesome moments, but there's just no forgiving that rough start.
All right, Whis, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Number 9, Roshi's Proclivities.
Okay, but what's a gal?
A girl! A fun girl I can go on a date with!
Oh, that's kinda weird.
The franchise may still be relevant today, but don't forget, Dragon Ball started all the way back in the 80s. Things were different. For example, back then, Master Roshi trying to get in every girl's pants came across as a joke, but you can't really get away with that sort of thing in the modern climate.
Well, I'm like a turtle and you're part fish. So what do you say you and me go inside and learn more about our species?
Unfortunately, Dragon Ball Super didn't do much to rein in Roshi's naughty behavior. If anything, it doubled down on it. Since that kind of stuff isn't a laughing matter to some anymore, it led to a formal complaint from the Ethics Committee of Japanese Broadcasting.
No! Help! I don't want that gnarly dude anywhere near me!
Could you imagine what would happen if they saw what he did in the original series? Number 8, Toyotaro's Tracing.
The boy's in good hands.
Ever since the Dragon Ball Super manga began serialization, series creator Akira Toriyama has left some of the heavy lifting as well as drawing to a new artist, Toyotaro. Inevitably, there's a lot of parallels between his and Toriyama's work, but that's not the only place Toyotaro's found inspiration. In 2018, comic book artist Dexter Soy found that one of Toyotaro's drawings looked an awful lot like his rendition of Captain America. When put side by side, it's pretty obvious that Toyotaro borrowed Soy's work to trace Goku's pose.
It's quality, not quantity, my friend.
Despite the massive blowback, no official channels ever released a statement on the controversy. Either way, Toyotaro continues to draw the Super manga to this day, and for the most part he does a bloody good job.
What do you say we get on out of here? Our fans will understand.
Number 7, The Big Green Dub.
I ask your forgiveness. It's all my fault.
Between 2000 and 2003, French broadcaster AB Group commissioned English versions for a handful of Dragon Ball films and specials, although calling them English dubs is pretty generous. The voices were recorded in France using local British and American actors, and you can tell. The translation also came with a whole lot of baffling name changes, like Piccolo, who was randomly renamed to Big Green, giving this infamous dub its name.
Answer me. Who are you?
It's Big Green!
Let that child alone.
With all due respect to those involved, it's kind of embarrassing that this is how some people had to experience Dragon Ball. Say what you will about the series' other English iterations, but they're leagues better than whatever this is. Well, except the speedy dub.
My bringing you here was a trap so you would disappear along with this entire planet. And once I'd achieved that, I would have no more enemies.
Number 6, The Lost Episodes.
All these years and the three of you are still up to no good.
It's no small secret that Dragon Ball GT doesn't exactly put its best foot forward. So, in order to drum up interest for the new series, the original English broadcast skipped the entire first arc, fast-forwarding to the much better received Baby Saga. Then, in a genius bit of marketing, they double-backed and tried to resell the skipped content as exclusive lost episodes.
Dragon Ball GT, the lost episodes, Saturday night at 10.
Both the UK and Canada got the Blue Water dub instead, which meant they didn't have to skip episodes and were also spared of the horrid rap featured in the American version.
Step into the Grand Tour, Dragon Ball GT!
Number 5. Popo's design.
Ah, yes, I know Kami, but my name is Mr. Popo.
Remember what we said about Master Roshi? Well, the same principle applies to Kami's assistant, Mr. Popo. When he first appeared in the series, he was depicted with black skin, large red lips, and dressed in a genie outfit, which seemingly did not garner a negative response from Japanese audiences. However, when the series began to air overseas, his dark skin and prominent lips came across to some audiences as an offensive racial caricature.
I'll get you!
In response, the English manga has digitally shrunk Popo's lips in a few places. Also, during Dragon Ball Z Kai's original airing on CW4 Kids, they instead opted to make Popo blue. Interestingly enough, in every single official release since, Popo's design has reverted back to the way it was in his first appearance.
Ah, it is odd. The old King Piccolo never would have been willing to train Goku-san.
Number 4. Everything about Dragon Ball Evolution.
What is it?
It's a Dragon Ball. Sushinchu means 4 stars. In all the world, there are only 6 others.
As every fan knows, live-action anime do not have a great reputation. Films like Dragon Ball Evolution are exactly why. For one, there was no passion behind the scenes, and it shows.
It doesn't feel right. I must be missing something.
It's honestly kind of impressive for a movie named after Dragon Ball to completely miss every single thing fans love about the series. Although, rest assured, the film isn't just a bad adaptation, it's simply a bad movie, period, to the point that fans are still trying to understand how it ever saw the light of day. If there's any silver lining, it's that this poor excuse for an adaptation motivated Akira Toriyama to give us a true Dragon Ball film with Battle of Gods.
I will not let you destroy my world!
Number 3. Kenji Yamamoto plagiarism.
Ready! Fight! Go, take this!
For decades, fans of Dragon Ball video games were in good hands with composer Kenji Yamamoto. In fact, the response to his work was so positive, he was brought on to score the flagship Dragon Ball Z Kai. But as it turns out, his work was too good to be true. Fans quickly realized that Yamamoto's work sounded awfully similar to James Horner's tracks in Avatar and Danny Elfman's work on Terminator Salvation. Coincidentally, those two films came out the exact same year Kai did. The rabbit hole kept going deeper, encompassing Yamamoto's work on the games too. Soon enough, Dragon Ball had no choice but to remove his work from Kai and future game releases altogether. Number 2, the whole Vic Mignogna situation. Vic Mignogna is one of the most featured voices in the English dubbing community, or should we say he was. In 2019, Mignogna was met with several accusations of inappropriate behavior towards fans and peers. Following an official company investigation, dubbing studio Funimation officially terminated Mignogna's contract. They later recast all of his ongoing roles, including the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, a part he'd played since 2003.
So it's true. You are all talk and no action. A true piece of trash.
Mignogna responded by filing a defamation suit against his accusers. He lost the case and the appeal.
Thank you very much. I am grateful.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Leaked audio.
Goku! We're in for some serious trouble and it's heading this way!
2019 was a rough year for the Dragon Ball dub. Following the very public departure of the previous entry, several incriminating audio clips were released onto the web. They featured other members of Dragon Ball's English dub saying all sorts of offensive slurs and crude jokes, mostly surrounding sexuality. To put it into perspective, the audio is so graphic at times that we can't really play most of it.
As you can imagine, voice dubbing is key in the process of reversioning any Japanese title for an American audience.
These weren't background actors either. Any dub fan can easily clock these as the voices of Goku, Krillin, Chi-Chi, and more. Funimation declined to comment on the story at the time, and to this day, there's never been any public recourse on the situation.
Kakarot!
What's up?
Explain yourself right now!
Did we miss any buzzworthy Dragon Ball scandals? Let us know in those comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.